Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome out to another beautiful day. Today, well, not even today, the last few days, we've started second crop hay. So this is actually the last field we have to cut, and Josh is out here in the Swather, and I'm going to trade him off to finish off this field so he can go check some of his pivots. But the hay is looking really good. It's about knee high. It was just starting to bloom, so we are cutting it. Should be a good crop. This field is Roundup Ready alfalfa hay. This is the only field we have. Well, actually Christopher's field behind his house is also Roundup Ready hay. But the reason we did Roundup Ready is because this field was in potatoes last year, and it was really thick. No, not potatoes, it was in wheat. It was really thick wild oats in the wheat, and it just made it so the wheat didn't yield very good. Like, this field had such bad wild oats, we really need to do something. So we put Roundup Ready hay in it, mainly to be able to spray. And there's still some patches out here that it didn't kill all the wild oats because there were so many. But luckily, we're able to knock them down, and now we're cutting them with the Swather. So we shouldn't have any more wild oat problems after a few years of this being in hay. Because we'll leave this in hay for about 3 years. But I'm gonna go trade off Josh so he can go check his pivots, and we'll run this for the rest of the day. Probably finish this field today. Turn the blades on. Headers down all the way. Now he said that it was the hay is pretty matted down, just laid down, so we can't go super fast. He said in some spots you can go 10-15 miles an hour, but then you have to slow down to about 5 or 6 where it's all matted, or it just won't cut it. It'll just try and rip it off. So, but we're gonna see what we can do here. Up here in just a second, you'll be able to see a pretty good patch of wild oats. So right here, I'll slow down. You can see all it looks like grass down in here. That's wild oats. Whenever we start to get a field that has really bad wild oats, we have to put it in hay for 3 years to get the wild oats out. If we didn't have wild oats, we probably wouldn't grow very much hay. But we have enough wild oat problems that we have to grow a decent amount of hay. I think with this field, this is the first crop off of this field. This is new seeding this year. And with this field, I think we have almost right at 400 acres of hay, which isn't too bad. There's definitely guys that have a lot more. But we'll get this cut. This looks like really good hay. Where it's not laid down looks really nice. But we will see how much. I'm pretty sure I can get this whole field finished today. This is the last field we have to do. So after this, it just has to sit and dry. But thanks to all you guys' comments from the last time we did hay. Everybody said we probably raked it too, because we've never baled hay till this year. We've always done silage. And so now with baling hay, we are fairly new to what we're supposed to be doing here. Like how long it's supposed to sit and dry before we can rake it and then bale it. So all you guys commented and said we raked it too early. So because of that, we are going to let this sit for at least half a week to a week longer before we rake it. So we're gonna let it sit a little bit longer. We don't want to rake it too wet. I think that's the problem with the first time, why it took us. We had to rake it twice, I think, before we could bale it, just because it was so wet. It was also first crop, which first crop doesn't like to dry as easy. But with this being second crop and it's hot and dry, we'll probably still rake it and bale it about the same time as we did last crop, but this crop, it'll just dry quicker because it's not humid, it's not rainy, it's just hot. And if we can get some wind, which it's usually windy in Idaho, then that will definitely help. Okay, so we're rocking and rolling. We've been doing quite a bit in these wild oat patches. I'm just watching my speed. I'm going 12 right now. But when I hit a patch of wild oats, I'm cutting at 16 miles an hour right now, and it cuts just fine. But then I have to slow down a little bit when I get to a patch that doesn't have wild oats. You can cut the wild oats really fast, but not the hay. And a lot of this hay is laid down, and where it's laid down, I have to go quite a bit slower. I'm only going about 6 miles an hour right now. I'm out of the laid down patch now, so I'm going to speed up. Where it's not laid down, I can go about 10 or 11 without just pushing it over and stripping it off. But now I'm getting back into a patch that looks pretty good. See if I can go. I'm going 12 now. You probably can't see it. The speed is right here on my little display, but it's such a wide angle you probably can't see it. Going 12. It's doing pretty good. Oh, I'm getting into a laid down patch. I got to slow down. I wish this field wasn't laid down because I could just go one speed, but I'm constantly having to slow down and speed up, and yeah, it's a struggle, but we're getting it. So I figure now is as good a time as any if I can keep the camera from wobbling. You're on the tripod inside the Swather, so it's a little wobbly. Just a little update for you guys on those rotten potatoes that we're washing. So we have sent in, I think, 10 loads. They've only taken 2 a day. And so we've sent in 10 or 12 loads, I can't remember, but not many. There's still 50,000 sacks inside that cellar of potatoes. Not all of them are rotten. We think only the front half is rotten, but we're not entirely sure on that. But yeah, this is one of the most stressful things about farming. It just sucks. Is they didn't get the potatoes out in time, so now they're rotting. But now the tares are so high that they actually just told us today they didn't want any more of it. They basically just rejected the sell it. So we have 50,000 sacks of potatoes that we are not going to get paid for, which really sucks. One of the reasons I wanted to come out and trade off Josh was because this week has been so stressful with all the crap that's been going on. I just wanted to come out here and do something that is just repetitive and simple, and blast music in my headphones and just kind of try and forget about all the crap that's going on and all the stress that we're under trying to get all of our potatoes in and all of our crops in and try and keep all of our pivots going. And I mean, just this morning I changed another pivot gearbox and another pivot tire and a coupler, and I had to go fix a hand line, and it's just endless maintenance on the farm, just trying to keep all these things running. And I'm only in charge of basically 1/4 of the farm. And that's not even the whole farm. 1/4 of the pivots on the farm. We kind of split the pivots up evenly, so we're all under stress just trying to keep all of our pivots going, because these pivots, we have a couple new ones that are great. They don't have problems, but a lot of our pivots are really old, and the really old pivots, they tend to have a lot of problems. So yeah, I really just wanted to come out in the Swather and cut hay, because I could just sit here, drive back and forth, blast music in my headphones to try to forget about all the crap I'm dealing with and just chill for a little bit, because I have had very little chill out time in the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's just been go, 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 stressing about everything, trying to get a good crop of potatoes, because this year we have fresh potatoes and they're a little bit more finicky than the processed grade potatoes. But if we can get a good crop, we could make more money. So that's the hope. So I'm jamming out to some music while I cut some hay. I want you guys to go down in the comments and try and guess what music I'm listening to, and I'll tell you at the end of the episode what music I'm actually listening to. There was one more thing I was going to say, but I lost my train of thought there. Farming is really, really hard. Anybody who thinks farming's easy and you're just going to come out and do it, you're going to make money and all this stuff, it's super hard. In fact, every single year in the United States, 20,000 farms, family-owned small farms, 20,000 farms go out of business every single year. So, yeah, we've lost a lot of farms. And everybody who's like, I know there's a lot of people who don't like corporate farms, like, oh, the corporate farms is taking over. They are, because it's really hard to get loans as a small farm. It's hard to start a farm. I mean, just all the input costs is insane. So if you're not already a farmer, it's just really hard to get into it. There are programs and stuff that you can try and get into if you want to get into farming, but it's really hard. Farming is hard. Like, there are 20,000 farms a year go out of business. And who's buying those farms up? Some of it goes to other farmers who might be trying to expand. I would say the majority of it probably get bought up by corporations to do corporate farming and stuff, which is sad, because if you think you're going to get a better product from a corporate farm versus a family farm, where their lifeline, their lifestyle, and everything they have depends on a good crop, you're wrong. Corporate farms, they use farming as a write-off because they just have a big company that makes a lot of money and they need a write-off. So, yeah, if you want good farming products, if you want good food and good everything, you got to try and keep the family farms in business, because you're not going to get as good a crop and as good a product with a corporate. This is probably the worst part of the field. Just thick wild oats all through here. It's just a weird strip. I remember last year when this was in wheat, the wild oats got way taller than the wheat, just laid down, and it was so thick and laid down we had to creep through here so slow in the combine. But we've even sprayed this with Roundup, and the wild oats were so thick when we sprayed that it still did not get them all. So, but with cutting it like this, should definitely wipe out the rest of the wild oats. Now where's the wild oats? We're in the thick spot. Just looks like we're cutting grass now. There is hay in there, it's just not as tall as the wild oats, but the hay will grow back taller and faster than the wild oats after this crop's off, so it should be pretty easy to outperform the wild oats. Just choke them out. All right, we're almost done. I did not think we were going to get done tonight. I looked at the field and I thought, there's a lot there. But we're on this last, we're done with all the long rows. We're on these little, it's just a little triangle piece right here on the edge. So we'll be done with this in about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. We did it. We're done. Finished the last little strip. So I just got to drive this thing back to the shop. It's kind of sketchy. I have to cross the highway, and it's quitting time, so traffic is bad. See all the cars over there. This thing's also almost as wide as the whole road. It's 20 feet wide, so let's hope we don't have any issues. made it without incident, which is good. Finally done. So we're done cutting all the hay. The hay's all cut. Now it's gonna take, oh, I don't know, a week and a half to dry. Oh, my back kind of hurts. That field had a lot of big ruts in it from the sprayer. But yeah, so if you want to know what music I was listening to, I just happened to be jamming out to Blink 182 radio on Pandora. I know, a little weird, right? But I listen to just about every genre of music, and that's just what I was into today. So let me know in the comments what your favorite music is. That'd be fun to know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There will be more hay videos coming up. We have to rake it, we have to bale it. So if you enjoy it, hit subscribe. If you want to be in the RMF club, fill out the form below. I love you. I'll see you in the next one.